Places where everything comes fresh off a truck. Hardee's new garden, seafood, and chef salads, proving once again that at Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
KSTP, Minnesota's Weather Channel.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Good Company's 6th, right?
No,
5th anniversary show.
Boy,
how time flies. It seems like only 6 years, but it's been 5. That's right.
That's right. What are we going to do?
Well, on today's show, see how she kind of prompts me like that? It's perfect time. On today's show, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights from the past year, especially some of the weird and fun things that we have done.
A few of the things we got right, even. And our field host, Gary Lumpkin, is going to show us some of his favorite stunts, some of his favorite moments, and even some of his favorite costumes from the last year.
And we're going to meet some of the celebrities that we have talked to over the past years, especially some of our favorites.
Oh. And Vicky's going to show us some of her best bargains, and especially the ones that she enjoyed going after the most.
All that's coming up just ahead on Good Company.
From the Twin Cities, it's Good Company. With your hosts, Steve Edelman and Sharon Anderson. With field host Gary Lumpkin and bargain hunter Vicki Odette. And now, your hosts, the Husband and Wife team, Steve and Sharon.
Uh-oh. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Welcome, gang. 5 years.
Five years with Good Company.
That's right.
I just can't believe it. It seems like we just came back to town.
Isn't that true?
Really?
It's one of those things where, you know, did you think the show would last 5 years when we started?
Yes. I was hoping it would last 5 years.
Would you hope it would last 5 more years?
Yeah, absolutely. I was hoping it would last for the rest of our lives when we came back here. I mean, I was ready for that.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased that it's lasted 5 more years. But it surprises me how quickly the time has gone.
That's
You,
really
on the
true.
other hand.
What's that? You, on the other hand, what?
Steve keeps thinking it's our 6th anniversary.
I keep thinking it's the 6th. I have no idea why that is. I think it's because we came back to town. There was a 6-month lag before we went on the air. But, you know, for me, it's like when you do a show like this show, it's such a day-to-day proposition that you don't think in terms of years. You know, you just think in terms of, like, what are we going to do next? We got to come up with something new. You know, because, you know, the audience, as you know, you want to see something different on television. So we spend our time trying to figure out what to do tomorrow. And the 5 years is like, goes by like that. But some things happen here that are really kind of outstanding. And we want to show you some of those right now, starting out with, there was one day when Sharon wasn't here.
That was a highlight. Great.
Yeah.
I like that. We're starting out
So
with
we're going to show
highlight.
you that entire show, which will last about an hour. It was so much fun. No, actually, it was kind of fun because Louis Anderson was here, of course, one of the great comedians to come out of the Twin Cities, who is now in Los Angeles. Let's take a look at a few highlights, starting with Louis. That's all coming up just ahead on Good Company. Yes, that's when we hit the open of the show. It's like da-da-da-da-da-da.
And we do that. You do that music.
Yeah.
From the Twin Cities, it's Good Company.
Uh-oh. I hope that's not an indication of what's ahead.
I'm afraid it is. Now, these are some of the hairier moments from this past year's Good Company. You've got to look at Sharon Anderson and say to yourself, what does this look mean to me? Can you believe the hair?
Well, now, wait a minute. At least that was just a hairpiece I had on for the story. Now, did you ever think of getting a haircut here, Steve? No, now, wait a minute. Forget the hair and check out the leg, folks. Not the hairy one, the one with the cast. Oh, I felt so sorry for you during that time.
Even the memories are painful.
Speaking of painful memories, remember the day your guest was a back doctor who used Gumby dolls to explain how a woman with back problems can still have a healthy marital relationship?
Who could forget?
Position. Mr. Gumby can approach this way. He could, without putting all his weight on her, they can have sex that way. She can move to the end of the bed. She can roll this way, and this is called the spoons position. And it works out very...
Now that was a surprise.
Now, this comes under the category of staff mischief. It was April Fool's Day, 1987. Well, first, the staff took our regular sofas off the set and replaced them with these lovely yellow things. This is one of those kind that you stick to, isn't it?
Isn't that weird? Oh, really?
You stick to it if you have shorts on, and if you have clothes on, you slide right off.
Right. So,
This is going to be real comfy today.
it's going to be a good day today.
Isn't this pretty?
It was a great day. Silly things were happening constantly. Now, in this case, someone was holding signs up behind our backs, so only the audience could see them.
Where did you get this audience anyway? Did they think you're free? That's a high, thank you.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, behind us?
Who was back there? Finally, I caught the culprit.
Hey, remember the time we came back from vacation and we were caught completely off guard when the staff sneaked this story on the show without us even knowing about it?
Right, John Gallup, who was our host for a day winner this year, he decided to investigate what everybody was up to while we were away.
And there seemed to be a lot of intensity here. Tremendous concentration.
If your company can help us.
That was great. You know, though, the place does seem to fall apart when we're gone.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Coleman, and welcome to not Twin Cities Live.
Cherry pie.
And you've certainly proved that.
Well, look at this. Now, I'll tell you what. You can't... You put these side by side. Oh. Well, I was trying to...
This is real green.
This is all real greens. Let's do it, Louis. Have you ever made a flower? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, and the bowls are all filled.
Oh, it's all trick stuff.
So maybe I didn't have enough water.
This is like a game that husbands would do. No, watch, kids. No, we'll put the air in it.
Okay. I don't think it has enough water. Anyway, these are called bathtub putt-putts from Margie Hushide.
Get the camera over here.
Oh, yeah, get the tight shot. Get the instant replay machines. Oh, yeah, that was much better.
That's better.
Much better, okay.
On the other hand, I seem to remember coming up with a few blunders of our own.
What you want to do is you want to pick it up and put it into your pan
Before you put the tuna in it, huh?
before we put the tuna in, right. This could be trouble. Now, I'm going to show you how well trained he is. Come on in my
His
hand.
name is Butch?
Yeah, come on, Butch. Get on my hand, buddy. Come on, Butch. Come on, Butch. We're going to go for a little walk. This is how you walk them. Really, sure. So I run up. I just run up like this. Right. And I just go like this, right?
Right.
Oh.
Milk cow.
Well, one thing about this show is it's great fun to do, but it's never more fun than when we're on the road.
From Valley Fair in Shakopee. From the 1986 Minnesota State Fair.
From Taylor's Falls.
From Disney World in Orlando, Florida. On location from International Market Square. On location from the flagship athletic club in Eden Prairie. From the Japanese Garden at Normandale Community College. On location from Izades Resort on Lake Mille Lacs, it's Good Company's celebration of the 1987 Minnesota Fishing Opener.
Now then, I'm going to let you commentate on this, right?
Okay.
What? Uh-oh.
We lost the camera. We just lost our cameraman here. Now, this is live TV, folks.
What happened?
Well, what happened here, I'll just take the camera here. Go back in for you. This is Bob. This is Blake right here. I'm holding the camera. We had him on this perch. So he could shoot this. How you feeling,
The
now,
water
Blake?
softener's off to a quick start. Oh, the crib. Look at the crib. How does he guide that thing? There could be a collision at the bottom of the laundry basket and turn to go get it. And I don't even... Look at the swimsuits. They're covering up the swimsuits as quickly as they can. Dora and Lisa are covering up everything they possibly can. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Izades. See you on Monday.
You know, when I finally pulled you out of that lake later, that was the best catch I ever made.
Oh, do you mean it?
Sometimes.
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 Sometimes. Is that the line? We'll be back with more Good Company right after this. Stay with us.
I My parents tell me how lucky I am to be a kid these days. Lucky? I guess life is a lot easier thanks to inventions like this. And this, the Supremer Ice Creamer. It makes great tasting homemade ice cream, sherbet, frozen yogurt, and more in minutes. No rock salt, no ice, no cranking. Pre-chill. Just a few quick turns. Now that's easy. The Supremer Ice Creamer from Nordicware. Lucky me.
Available at Target.
A boy raised a question.
You stood up for your beliefs. That feels good.
A man answered.
He gave up what he did best, and I don't think he should be alone.
And the whole world paid attention.
Yeah!
Jamie Lee Curtis, Gregory Peck, William L. Peterson, Amazing Grace and Chuck. Maybe one day this story will be true. Rated PG.
Now playing at a theater near you.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, hold tight a little longer, be close a little longer, longer with Big Red. That Big Red freshness smells right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on. While you chew it, say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little longer. Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
There are so many different fresh-baked things to try at Dunkin' Donuts, we'll give you an incentive to try them. Buy a fresh-baked Dunkin' Donuts croissant and get one free. Buy a fresh-baked Dunkin' Donuts muffin and get one free. Buy a fresh-baked Dunkin' Donuts cookie and get one free. Buy a fresh-baked Dunkin' Donuts brownie and get one free. Just look for this special coupon in your newspaper. Then buy one, get one free at Dunkin' Donuts, croissants, muffins, cookies, brownies, macaroons.
Back for our special anniversary show, and all of the people who are regulars on the show and people you know very well are going to be out showing us some of their favorite moments from this year. Gary Lumpkin has been with us from the very beginning. 5 years now Gary's been on the show. I don't know, do you think Gary's changed much in 5 years?
I think he is, he's more daring. Don't you think over the years he's actually tried things that are more dangerous?
Harder every year.
He's more handsome.
More handsome.
Did you hear that? Yeah, more handsome.
I think he looks
much more
smarter.
muscular.
Yeah.
You know?
Looks a little bit younger every year, too. Don't you think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You want to put those cards down now, Gary, and come on in?
Welcome, Gary Lumpkin.
Hiya. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to you.
Yes, indeed. Happy anniversary.
Wow,
What do you think?
5 years. Did you think so?
Who'd have
Came
thunk it,
here,
huh?
you were
Here
gonna
we
do
are.
that?
No, to be quite honest, I did not think, I knew the show would last, I really did. I had good feelings about the show because I knew your background in the Twin Cities, and I'd seen Twin Cities Today, tapes of that. But I thought I would probably be here a year or two, and see, I'm from California, and I always kind of thought I'd migrate back to California, but this is really starting to be home for me.
We weren't sure you're going to live through 5 years, actually.
Yeah, like that time that bull almost stepped in your head.
I've had a couple of close encounters of various kinds over the past 5 years, and it's been a lot of fun. I've never really gotten badly damaged or anything, but people tend to ask me about favorite stories and things I remember. They also ask me, don't you ever get embarrassed and feel foolish? And I've kind of gotten over that, and I think this year probably typifies that as much as anything else.
I think some of the stories we're going to see today definitely tell us that.
Well, I think the notion of being embarrassed, I think, is overrated. In fact, maybe we should just go to some highlights from this past year and let the audience judge for yourself. I can't imagine why anybody would think anything I do is silly or embarrassing or foolish.
No.
Take a look and judge for yourself. Take this story, for example. What could possibly be embarrassing about being made up like rock star Grace Jones and acting out one of her videos? And I could feel it. I had the look and the style. And this certainly isn't goofy. It's a look-alike contest for the TV show Moonlighting, and I'm Agnes DePesto.
This is a David and Maddie look-alike. Well, I know that, but I can explain. See, there was miscommunication, and no one's to blame, but I'd like to enter the contest just the same. My friend Kit, with some magic, if you'll use your imagination, and presto, I'd like to enter the contest as Agnes DePesto.
Of course, I must admit, I was a little nervous in front of over 65,000 people at the Metrodome when I joined the Viking cheerleaders. Now, people also often wonder if I ever get hurt. Now, here I am, rock climbing this past year near Taylor's Falls. Not a scratch. And this was this past year at Raceway Park in Shakopee, enduro racing at 60 miles an hour. And even with this spin out, again, not a scratch.
This is great.
Oh, yes, it was like a driver's dream come true. Racing around the track, crunching other cars along the way, and then leaving the scene without worrying about whose fault it was. And then there was this story, and my only real injury of the past year. I was a referee for a women's professional wrestling match, and I met up with Sherry Martel.
You want me to do that to you? No, but just see, don't pull her. No, just don't pull her hair. Actually, Miss Martel.
And now Martel going to work on referee Gary Lumpkin. Puts him over in a small package. And if there was a count, Lumpkin certainly would be counted out. And no doubt Lumpkin is going to disqualify Sherry Martel here. Or maybe he's going to wrestle with her. I don't know. And Martel goes back to the attack on referee Gary Lumpkin, I believe, is maintaining that Martel bit him on the arm.
I'm done. It's over. No, it's all over.
Well, last turkey or not, I could only... And now not everything was thrills and spills, as I also, well, sort of fell in love this past year. It was Thanksgiving, and I met up with Minnesota's last turkey. And then as I watched, it began to happen. That last turkey started to become more than just a bird. I started to see his inner qualities. And then he spoke to me. Aww. A short time later, somehow, I had him in the car and ready to go home. And still, he was a bit reluctant about the whole thing. But then, before we had even left the farm, he suddenly decided, go for it.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. While my love is making music with my friends, I can't wait to get on the road again.
But this time...
But this was my #1 most memorable story of the past year. It was live, on location, where anything could happen, as I met up with the great Walindas, the high wire walkers, and went out on the wire with them, 35 feet up, no safety belt, and no net.
I can talk just briefly. The trick is to really lean on Rick, to really trust him to be my balance. That's what I'm trying to do. Well, we're completely away from the platform. I don't...
You're way out.
Okay, I don't know how far we are. I'm not going to look down. Want to take one more step?
Okay, keep your weight on my shoulder.
Okay, a lot of weight. Well, just one more step. And that's plenty. That's nice. Now we're well away from the platform. And believe me, the trick is to trust Rick. And that's exactly what I'm doing. My stair is boring a hole probably in the back of his neck. Because
slowly back.
No margin for error.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
Roll your foot from toe to heel on the wire.
Okay, Rick's telling me to roll my foot from toe to heel, back on the wire.
And don't ever commit your weight until your foot is on.
Okay, don't transfer the weight until you're sure you're on.
All the way back.
Good, solid, steady.
All right.
And we did it. Yes.
You're ready.
I'm ready?
You're ready.
You're ready. Well, I gotta check.
That was a good one. Well, Why were you willing to do that? I mean, that was really dangerous, that one. There was no net?
There was no net. There was no trick or anything. I mean, that was really 35 feet. We're over concrete. Actually, there was a little wading pool down below. It was part of a sportsman show, but that water was insignificant. You were going to get hurt if you...
See, I have a theory about you.
Do you?
Yeah, my theory is that you not only enjoy kind of doing the funny stuff, but you're actually, deep down, kind of a daredevil.
Oh, I think you're right.
That you actually get a kick out of that.
Yep, I do. I really get a real charge out of it. And the Wallendas are such a famous name. That's a family, a group I had always wanted to meet and do something with. Once I kind of got into this job, there's a number of things that I had always wanted to, and the Wallendas were one. When they came to town, I glomped right onto them, and really, I kind of pressed them a little bit into doing more than they might have normally let a stranger do.
What's the best part of your job?
That's a great question, and it's an easy answer for me, variety.
Yeah.
Because it changes every day. I'm out and about, and even if it's not terrifically great one day, it's going to be awesome the next day, and then it's going to probably even be better the next day after that, and it's totally different each of those days.
Yeah.
So it's, I look forward to that.
That's wonderful fun for us working with you.
Well,
yeah, I
really
like to say
we never know what's going to happen next.
Right.
You know?
For both of us, I think one of the big reasons, really, for the success of the show is the work you've done, because you do a superb job.
Well,
just great.
I'm lucky to be given the fun stuff to do, and then just go out and do it. I think having material's got to be most of my stuff.
You're great.
All sugar-free gums help you fight cavities. But Extra is the only leading sugar-free gum that helps fight cavities and gives you extra long-lasting flavor. The only one. Extra sugar-free gum. Among sugar-free gums, Extra is unsurpassed in fighting cavities. And Extra is the only leading sugar-free gum with NutraSweet. And the only one with refreshing flavor that lasts extra long. Extra sugar-free gum with NutraSweet. The only leading sugar-free gum that fights cavities and lasts extra long.
Touchstone Pictures.
Get me out of here.
Proudly unwraps a bold new era.
Are you kidding?
In film entertainment.
That's great.
That's it!
That's Poison Ivy.
Presenting Ernest P. Worrell in his first motion picture.
Shaping and molding youthful minds into a focused worldview.
Ernest Goes to Camp. Rated PG.
Know what I mean?
Starts Friday, May 22nd at a theater near you.
Cacciatore, a la King, Tetrazzini, Almondine, Kiev. Classic meals, the lighter, leaner, more convenient dishes we're eating today, all made with white meat. But the white meat these classics are made with isn't chicken or fish. It's pork. Pork, the other white meat.
Being cool, you'll find, is a state of mind, a refreshing attitude. Things get hot, cool is all you got. Doing it country cool. So chill on out when the heat comes on, with the cool, smooth Mountain Dew. Doing it country cool. Oh, cheated. Doing it country cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. One of our favorite parts of the show every day is doing the good bets, which we do on Tuesday, and our hints, which we do on Wednesday. So we've selected a few that have been our favorites through the year.
And we're going to get to those in a moment. Before we do that, super bargain time. Today's Friday, and this is a super bargain that lasts through the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Lincoln Bells. Now, you may know that one of their most popular sandwiches is their Reuben. Here's the deal.
The deal is on one of their most popular sandwiches. It's their Reuben sandwich. It's available at both lunch and dinner. And what it is, it's on fresh pumpernickel. It's piled high with corned beef, sauerkraut, Swiss cheese. It's got mayonnaise. It's grilled and served with potato chips and a pickle. And I'm telling you, they are great.
You're right, Mike. It is a sweetheart of a sandwich. The Reuben ordinarily is $5.95. They will be half off today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Good deal. Eat in or take out. If you're going on a picnic, give them a call, get those Reubens, and get a good deal. They are located in 3 different places. 2 in St. Louis Park, 1 in Bloomington. Ask for the super bargain, 50% off. That's a goodie. We're glad to give you that
Those
one.
are delicious.
Yeah.
You know, on our good bets, we show you some services and some products that are new around the Twin Cities, and This was one we tried last week and didn't have such good luck with because it was too windy. We were at Izades. Right, but we're going to try it one more time. You ready?
All right, want to do that?
Yeah, why don't we go around the front? We'll put it right down.
Okay.
This is called the Bubble Maker, and it's supposed to make the largest bubbles in the world. Have you seen these?
Yeah,
Yes?
we tried it, but the bubble just broke on us because we think, as we said, because the wind was blowing.
All right, now you know how to do this, right?
Well, kind of.
Okay, let me see it.
All right, I think you lift it up.
Yeah.
Okay, you see that thing there? And then you just
now
go...
we're going to get it right this time. There, see, it's in there.
Oh. Yeah, let's try it again.
You know, I saw these girls at the park. They were doing it. Gee, they must have been about 7 years old.
Really?
They had these
Where are they
beautiful
when we need
big bubbles.
Okay, now.
Yay!
Wow, that was good. Whoa, sorry. I'm so sorry. What's your name? No, anyway, okay, anyway, it kind of worked, didn't it?
I knew it. It's been 5 years and he's got a new friend. All right.
Kind of a stiff. All right, anyway, we have done some other things before that we thought were kind of fun, and let's take a look at one of them right now that happened a few months ago. Watch.
But what we're going to do is make a homemade
Periscope?
kazoo.
A kazoo?
Yes, an instrument.
I thought it was kind of a periscope.
No, you just take some wax paper, Steve.
Yeah.
And we're going to wrap it around here. I'm going to have you do it. Wrap it around one end.
Yeah.
Put a little rubber band on there.
All right.
Then you take a scissor or a knife.
Yeah,
you do this part. Don't have the children do this part.
Right.
Okay, and you make a hole in the top.
Yeah.
And then you play the end.
Oh.
It's just
That
a
was just a
rehearsal.
few, yes. Actually, it was only, I think that was last week we did that.
Yeah, well, it was Monday, I think. I mean, this last...
Was it really?
It was Monday. It was a parenting tip, and we liked it so much we took it home and tried it that night with our son.
Yeah. And,
went nuts.
He loved it.
He loved it.
He got a big kick out of it. You should know that the way we do these, by the way, is that they're sent in by our viewers. Our staff tries them. The only ones we show you are ones that are really good that work, but we don't try them before they hit the air. So we are trying them the same way you would. The idea being that, you know, if you can't get it fast and if it doesn't work right away, then why fool with it, right?
Right.
Right.
At least that's our excuse. Anyway, we show you some products that are out, too, and there's one that we particularly like this year. Let's take a look at right now when we tried this one out on the air.
This is for like a football game. You go to a football game and you want a comfortable seat, right?
Yeah.
Now this thing is like styrofoam, can you see? So it's a comfortable seat. Now it also does other things.
Like what, Steve?
Well, you sit on it, first of all. Now it's therapeutically set up so that it's got a kind of a shape that's just right for you.
Does that feel good?
That's the, yeah, it feels perfect.
Yeah.
That's the sitting part.
Yes.
Now
where's the sipping part?
The sipping part. Ah, yes, I'm glad you asked. You see, it can take either a hot or cold beverage. And here's the spigot. Wait a minute, I don't think it's going to work. It's got to go out a little.
If it's a hot...
That was weird. So weird that Sharon actually got it for her father.
For Christmas.
For Christmas. That's right.
He loved it.
No, it's still at our house.
Yes, it is. He hasn't sat and sipped yet. He's looking forward to next football season for that.
Well, here's another one. This one was sent in by Mary Ellen DeCrans of Cottage Grove, which we haven't tried before, and she calls it the trick for pantyhose runs.
What? I'd love to know. I go through them so quickly. What does she say?
Well, here's what she says.
She says also better tummy control. This is good news. What?
Well, she says, what happens if you have a pair of pantyhose that kind of run on one side?
Well, you throw them out, because what else can you do?
Well, here's what you do. You cut off the bad leg, okay? Now, then let's say you have a second pair of pantyhose that also have a bad leg. Okay, you cut off
you're going to combine
that
them?
bad leg. Now.
Well, the only problem is, you know, you got to get one that's got one on the right leg and one on the left leg, right?
Well, you can wear them backward. What's the difference?
You're so quick.
Oh, no, no, I don't. Can you wear them backward? Maybe they're form-fitted. I don't know what the deal is. You know, maybe that way doesn't work.
It depends.
I've only tried them 2 or 3 times.
It depends. Those real sheer ones, you're right, have a right leg and a left leg. But the ones that aren't so sheer are just like... Anyway, you know what I mean.
Exactly, of course. We're going to try it.
Reversible, let's put it that way.
Let's try it. We thought we'd show you how the whole thing would work. Now,
Oh, I'm relieved. I thought it was on me.
No, we brought this dummy here. So anyway, I just have to kind of unscrew her here and take her... Oh, there she is. Now. Oh, wait a minute. No, what we want to do
maybe
is...
you're better off that way. You might just want one end.
No,
I don't know if you want the whole thing?
Yeah, we want
You sure?
Oh, okay. Now, why don't you go ahead
All right.
and take me to the hospital? I think I broke my hand.
Now,
no.
Steve, you want me to put these on, or do you want to do it?
No, why? Well, oh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, a girl in trouble. A girl in trouble. She's got bigger problems than pantyhose. I mean, really. Can somebody dial 911? I mean, this is really a big problem situation. Those are our hints for today. And should we show one more?
Nah.
Nah, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
You can say an orange is sweet and juicy and fun to eat. But there's one word that says all of that and a lot more. Sun-kissed. You have our word on it.
Fresh, sun-kissed oranges, now available at country club markets.
Feeling Great is brought to you by Physicians Health Plan and KSTP TV, Channel 5.
Superstars Dustin and Warren are as unalike as Mutt and Jeff, yet twice as friendly. And this week's People tells how they teamed up on their troubled new movie, Ishtar. People celebrates people, like Super Dad Dustin and Beatty and his ladies. Then how Lee Hart is coping as Gary's dream dies. Plus the latest famous couple, Tom Cruise and his new wife, Mimi Rogers, and so much more. Week after week, People celebrates people. This week, Beatty and Hoffman, an unexpected friendship.
If you're having a picnic, remember, you'll save on anything anyone could ask for during Super Values Picnic Basket Week.
During Picnic Week, banquet fried chicken, regular or hot and spicy, $2.39. And assorted banquet frozen dinners, only 87 cents. Or all fine Coke products in regular, diet, or caffeine-free, $2.89 a 12-pack.
If you're hungry for a picnic, hurry to Super Values Picnic Basket Week.
Well, Vicki has finally done it. Vicki wanted to buy these hose from us. She saw a deal. No, we wanted to complete this deal before we get to Vicki's thing here. Now, Sharon, let's show what the deal is. See,
No, you're doing such a fine job,
I'm doing
Steve.
good
I'm
job.
not
See, whoa. See, she has the one bad hose on, and the idea is you're putting on two pair.
Yeah,
So then
she has it up around her tummy, and then
so
you
you're
try to-
actually having, see, the
one
second
real leg
pair.
and one leg with a hole, and
Right.
it all comes up, and
see, then you bring the whole thing up like this.
that
You
does
can
hold
see-
your tummy in twice.
So then,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
then you have more tummy control, you see? And you feel a lot lighter on top, as you can plainly see. Okay, so that's the idea. That really does work. And now, Vicki, how much you offer us for this whole thing?
I would give you 10 cents for it. No.
You would?
Yeah, this isn't a collectible?
No, I don't think so.
Not yet.
No, not yet. I'd pass it up at a garage sale. Yeah, I would.
The only thing you pass.
The only thing I'd pass up.
You take a lot of grief from this guy.
I really do, don't I? You know what, though? We have gotten in trouble a couple of times, haven't we, Steve? Where viewers have called and thought, gee, he's being so hard on
That's
Vicki.
true.
We have, but, you know, actually, it's all in fun. I mean, Steve and I are like this. I took him out to lunch today.
That's right.
Where did we go?
We went afterward, you mean?
No.
To the Tomaine Ward.
You went to a bargain lunch?
Well, we went to a truck stop. But, you know, it was a big mistake because I didn't know he was buying, you know? So, unfortunately,
It
not a good
backfired.
deal. It did, yeah.
Now, what do you have for us today, Vic?
Well, you know what I've done? We've seen a lot of bargains in the last year that we've done on this show. But, of course, there are some places that I'm partial to. I mean, I've got my favorites. And I've put together, let's take a look, some highlights of real good money-saving services and tips and shops that I think are some of the best. Now, this first one, this is the best sale I went to this year. Remember this, the Cancer Society garage sale? Of course, I did it on roller skates, so it was even more fun. Great deals on household items. They do this every year. It'll happen again in this October. So you want to be sure and watch for it. I was really caught up with this sink, which was a brand new pedestal sink selling for $50. So to me, it's one of my favorite sales. Now this next spot, this is Bob's Rug Binding. They're located in Minneapolis. And you know what I love about this place is it's my favorite service because you can go out and buy real cheap carpet remnants, take them over to Bob's and get like a 9x12 rug bound, and it'll look like a very expensive area rug, but it'll only cost you about $40. I particularly like that. It is great. And they've got a variety of colors to choose from in rug binding, so you're getting some decorator touch for money-saving deals. Oh, this. I love this, Sharon, because this is when I showed you how to preserve a wedding gown, and all you have to do if you do it yourself is buy Mylar paper from an art supply store and then line it in a cardboard box, and then go out and get 100% cotton muslin and wash it first, wrap up your wedding gown in it, and you've done this very inexpensively for about $10. You can preserve your own wedding gown. Or you can order acid-free boxes from Sun Pictures in Minneapolis, and what they will do is they will send you an acid-free box like this with acid-free tissue for about $25 and guarantee that your wedding gown will be okay. Now, this next spot is Moore Lane, and I like this because it's a dinky, out-of-the-way party supply store that was difficult to find, and I stumbled across it and just loved it. What happened is they sell all kinds of party supplies, but if you're having like a birthday party for kids, best deal here is all the little trinkets and items that you can buy for gifts. You will save a lot of money over going to a dime store. Good spot for parents, I think. And the next one is my favorite factory outlet store. Now, granted, we don't have a lot of factory outlet stores in the Twin Cities, and this one is located way out beyond Chanhassen. But if you make the trip, I'm sure it's going to be worth it. They have good buys on bath supplies for both men and women. Everything from shampoo to perfumes to, you know, padded hangers to scented candles. And whenever there's a special occasion, you're bound to find something and save a great deal. Now, it is hit or miss shopping because it's factory outlet, but it's definitely worth the trip if you've got bath products in mind. And I thought there was more for some reason.
And you thought there was more?
Yeah,
well,
there
we'll
was.
Check.
Okay.
While we're checking on that, you know, it seems to me that you really, really love getting bargains.
I do. You
Where
know
did
what
that come from?
I don't know. I think I was a real avid Nancy Drew fan when I was a kid, and I sort of, to me, it's like a treasure hunt. It's like being a detective.
Oh.
And so what I like best is finding a spot, you know, that's down a road that, you know, nobody would expect to find anything. That's my favorite thing. I think we've got some tape now.
Okay,
I want to show you a couple more things. This was my favorite cheap decorating trick. I love this trick. And this was when, Sharon, do you remember this?
Oh,
we
yes.
spray painted kitchen utensils on furniture. I think we even put them on our bib overalls. And
I love those overalls.
I
have
know
them.
it. They're great, and they actually washed well. And what I also liked was Sharon and I probably had the most fun we've ever had when we tried splatter painting. Do you remember that? We got more paint on the audience.
I think we should have a party and do that.
It was
a
so
wonderful
much
idea.
fun.
Yeah.
That's great.
Our only regret is that you aren't on more often, and that you have all sorts of projects that you're working on,
Yes,
right?
I do. I'm always kind of hunting for bargains everywhere.
And give us your philosophy, Vicki, because I think, unlike some people, you kind of get a kick out of it all, don't you?
Yeah, to me, it's, you know, I'm going for best price and best quality. That's number one. But it's also got to be entertaining. I mean, it has to be fun. And I think that most bargain hunters that I know, they have fun doing it. When they talk about it, their face lights up and they're excited about it.
Yeah.
It shows. That's the way you do it, too, and it's great fun to work with you.
And we love having you.
Yeah. I love working with you. You know that.
Our pleasure. Our good friend, Vicki Audette.
Dairy Queen. It's about the biggest scoop you've ever seen. A full quarter pound of Queen's Choice ice cream. Big scoop.
Dairy Queen, an American original, introduces the Queen's Choice Big Scoop Cone. A full quarter pound, hand-dipped, only 49 cents. Flavored with a Heath or Butterfinger bar, the list goes on. Just 49 cents.
It's about the biggest scoop you've ever seen. The quarter pound Big Scoop at Dairy Queen.
An American original.
We treat you right.
Coming at you.
Got it!
Oh, what a play.
Give up? Looks like your shirt did.
You got it smell.
Introducing Surf, the new liquid detergent that gets out not just dirt and stains, but odors, too.
Heads up.
Hey, looks like you never hit the dirt.
Yeah. Smells like you weren't even playing.
Was he?
New Surf removes both the dirt and the odors.
Hi. I just moved in next door. Could I borrow a Diet Pepsi?
Sure. Come in. Yes.
How about something else?
Listen, if you don't have a Diet Pepsi...
I got it. Chasing down a dream. Turning up my engine. Attention screen.
You okay in there?
Here's your Diet Pepsi.
That must be my roommate, Danny.
Danny?
Hi, I'm Danielle. You got another Diet Pepsi?
Sure.
Diet Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Thank you. In case you just joined us, this is our 5th anniversary celebration of Good Company, and really, you know, it feels good to do this. I won't say to Sharon, if we didn't do this, I don't know what we would do. We just have to, what?
I don't know. We'd never be speaking to each other.
That's true. As it is, we speak an hour a day while we're on the air, right?
Well,
That's how it
more
works.
than a lot of couples, I think.
We've had a lot of celebrities on this show, and we thought we'd put together, we'll look at some of them and listen to some others, because it's been a lot of fun. Do you get paid a lot of money?
Oh, that is such bad taste. I mean, is money important? When you're standing on the first tee at Augusta, practicing the old swing, does anything matter? Well, oh, yeah, money. I love the stuff. Lots.
About 4.5 months pregnant, so we're slowing down a little bit.
Boy, you didn't waste any time on that one.
Well, you know what happened, Sharon? I went to Bora Bora for my honeymoon.
Oh.
They didn't name that place Bora Bora for nothing.
When did you first realize you had this skill?
Well, when I was 12 years old, growing up on Long Island, there was a cerebral palsy fair a few blocks away from my house, and they announced that they would donate $2,000 to cerebral palsy for anyone that broke the Guinness record. So at first I wanted to ride the roller coaster at Coney Island. So I called Coney Island, and they said, hey, kid, take a hike. You're 12 years old. We're not going to let you strap yourself into the cyclone for 2 weeks straight. So I went home and I started flipping through the book and decided I wasn't going to eat a car or swallow lead pipes. So the next best thing was to lock myself in the room and teach myself how to do the fast talking.
Oh, I love clothes, but the horror, Sharon, is to go into a department store and to try on something, and you know that, it probably isn't going to fit, and there's this saleswoman outside standing saying, how is it? How is it? It's a horror. It's the kind of thing where you want to, like, in the dressing room, then shoot yourself so that at least when she comes in, you're dead, and you don't have to come out and say, oh, you know what, it's a little tight. It's a little tight.
Fun. Oprah was just great fun.
She was my favorite this year.
Yeah.
Absolutely my favorite. We had
Your favorite was, yeah.
I had a chance to sit down and talk with her for, we must have talked for a half hour.
Yes.
For that. Oh, she's just great. The variety that woman has, she's just wonderful to be
And
around.
as funny and intense off camera, she is on camera.
How about you? Your favorite?
Well, I kind of like getting challenged, you know.
Yeah.
When I interviewed Joan Collins, I mean
That's a challenge.
She got me. She got me. I was prepared to do it. You know, I'd read a million things about Joan Collins, and we sat down there, and she glared at me at one point because I asked a personal question she didn't want to ask, and all of a sudden I lost it. My heart starts pounding. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Collins. Sorry, Miss Collins. You know, it's just wonderful.
You're so cool.
Yeah, really cool. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Miss Breyer's Ice Cream presents the syllable test. If you ask me, no ice cream ingredient should have more than 2 syllables. This one has polysorbate 80 and carrageenan. Too many syllables. This Breyer's has just milk, sugar, cream, and strawberries. Oh, okay. Strawberry has 3 syllables, but at least you know what it is.
Breyer's all-natural ice cream. Nothing but pure enjoyment.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Together in this new world, wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine coming your way. Together at Disney. Come on, let's play.
It's your time to break away now.
It's warm sun, extra fun.
Disney World's a great vacation.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Together at Disney.
I'll never get them out of here.
Wonderful day.
For the beauty of it, for the good times of it, for the downright Minnesota splendor of it, Fergus Falls invites you to
Come and see and feel and do, experience it all. We like your company, discover Fergus Falls.
We are back. This is our 5th anniversary show, and during this show we have been celebrating all the fun that we have on the show and some of the funny things that happen. But, you know, so much of Good Company is also a lot of information, a lot of people sharing things that are of great value to our lives, and also beautiful, beautiful stories done by Mike Brunswick about people in our community.
Mike has a real knack for finding people who have a lot of courage and showing the dignity that these people really do have. Let's take a look right now at just a few of the Mike Brunswick stories.
I feel like I've been touched in some way by every one of the people I've done stories about during this past year. I know some of them have left us all with a lump in our throat and a tear in our eye. And somehow I think we are all a lot better for it. Like the Pilchins, the Russian immigrants who fulfilled their dream of becoming citizens of the land of the free last 4th of July, their story made us proud that we are Americans.
You have 1,800 pounds.
Abdel Hakim Awan spent a lifetime dreaming he could just visit America someday. And when he did, a man in Minneapolis touched him in a way he never dreamt.
You touched my heart. Good.
The man gave Hakim his baseball cap in a sign of goodwill, and that gesture touched him to tears.
I'm sorry.
That's quite all right, I understand.
Just a simple little love bug.
And remember how touched we were when Inez Ekstrom couldn't finish her story about the death of her dog, who had been her only companion for years.
again, to think of it.
And how inspired we were by the story of the Kimbler family. They were the ones who believed an old lady they met 20 years ago was an angel, because it was after that visit that their very sick daughter, Denise, was cured.
But I think just with my positiveness on life, I love life, and I love kids, and I just want to stay happy and show people that, you know, there is hope. Don't get down in the dumps. Keep going.
And we were moved by the Hammer Iron Men, that group of mentally disabled bodybuilders who in reality were building more than just their bodies. Their weightlifting team helped them to build their pride, self-confidence, and sense of camaraderie in their lives.
All the people who are here is my team. I want them to help us. You don't hurt people, you help people. You expect other people.
And we felt the frustration that Robin Powers has experienced these past 20 years as she searches for her father, who is still missing in Vietnam.
How do you make it? It's not difficult to make it. It's difficult to understand it. That's what's difficult. Why is this an issue? It shouldn't even be an issue. Human lives. In 1983-84 time frame, 3 POWs were supposed to come home. Our government did not pick them up. And since then, one of them has died. Now you tell me how you're supposed to handle this if it were your child. It's pretty hard. It's a very difficult thing.
We also felt the dedication of Mary Jo Copeland. This lady, you remember, has devoted her entire life to making sure street people not only have food and shelter, but someone to love and someone that loves them.
Bless you for helping us.
Well, I try.
I know you do.
Just love you for you.
Nobody else cares about you. She's a good woman.
Oh, well, I just love you from my heart. Somebody has to care.
And we saw the wisdom of 9-year-old Jason Gaze. Jason has survived cancer. His little book on the subject has touched many.
You want to be a doctor? How come?
Because if the kids are scared of things, I can tell them, I know what you're going through, because when I was little, I had cancer. It's okay to cry. Sometimes it doesn't mean you're a baby, and Dr. Karen says sometimes it makes you feel better.
So this tells you that maybe we underestimate our kids.
Absolutely. We underestimate our kids. I don't anymore.
You know, the iWorks says glasses fast, glasses right. They mean it. Just this morning, I didn't have these glasses. Came to the iWorks, got a thorough exam, then picked out my frames. Great selection. Then watched them make my glasses right in their own labs. Most folks would be happy to get a new pair of glasses in a few days. But at the iWorks, they can make them in an hour. And at a great price.
The iWorks. Glasses fast, glasses right. Call for an exam or bring in your prescription.
Come on in and pick up the party starter.
Kentucky Fried Chicken's got the start of something good. A really low price on some really great food. With 12 juicy pieces, how can you lose? Make any day a party, anytime you choose.
The party starter, 12 tasty pieces of chicken for only $7.99. But hurry, this offer ends soon.
Now Kentucky Fried Chicken's got the start of something good.
I'm Bronson Pinchot. I'd like to speak to you about an issue which seems to be tearing our country apart. The issue, which tastes better, Pepsi or Coke Classic? For the next few months, everyone all over America can come on down to a taste test booth and taste for themselves which one is really America's choice. You think there's any doubt who's going to win?
Taste for yourself why Pepsi is America's choice. This Saturday, May 23rd at Valley Fair.
I love some ice cream.
Looking for me?
Mickey Mouse, is that you?
You can taste the magic of Disney frozen treats.
School's out, and I'm hungry.
I want what?
They're cool and delicious, filled with fresh laughter.
I can only eat what's okay with Mom.
No problem. Goofy's here.
Oh, Goofy.
And pure fantasy. Wholesome, refreshing Disney frozen treats.
You can taste the magic of Disney frozen treats.
There is one more guy that we want to acknowledge because he was with us in the very first show that Sharon and I ever did in the Twin Cities.
That's right. Many years ago.
Back in '76. And he is here with us. Welcome, Craig Olson, the plant doctor. Here he is.
Hello.
Do you think you've changed over the years?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've gained and lost at least 50 or 100 pounds. You know, wrote a book and did all kinds of things. So, yeah, I've changed, I guess, a lot.
Well, just so we can see the visual
God.
change, why don't we
I'm
roll
so
the tape?
afraid. This is
the
your
first
life.
show, 1976.
Oh.
Craig Olson.
Oh, you gotta be really. Oh, God.
Very artistic-looking guy.
Oh, no. You think that's funny? What about this one? This tape?
Oh, no. You have one, too?
You got one? No.
Yes, we do.
Funny, yours isn't coming up.
Lucky for us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Look at that.
Why does my hair always come out longer than yours?
Yours was longer than mine. That's why. That's
that first
funny.
day was
That the
hysterical. I mean, do you know how nervous we all were?
Oh,
yeah, and
so
we're still
funny.
nervous 11 years later.
Yeah, I know. And it's still just as ad-lib as it ever was, you know.
Yeah. It's great having you with us.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure to do it for the last 11 years. As you know, we've had a lot of fun. You two have gotten married, and I've written a book and changed jobs and done all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So
And we're all still together.
We're glad you're on board, buddy.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here.
Okay. We're going to get the headlines now, and we'll be right back. Here are the headlines from Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Steve. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ruth Spencer with an Eyewitness News brief. This morning, our nation mourned the crew members lost aboard the USS Stark, and coming up today on Live at 5, we'll have a report on that memorial service in Florida, and Carolyn Brooker reports on the reaction from one family whose son survived the attack. Reporter Mark Sapelza shows us an old-time music form that's turning high-tech now, and Dr. Michael Breen will join us with his health team. We'll see you for Live at 5, now for today's Feeling Great Health Tip.
By sealing up cracks in the foundation and installing proper ventilation, homeowners can reduce the levels of radon gas in their homes.
Well, that is our 5th anniversary show, and I would just like to say that we love doing this.
We sure do.
This is great fun.
Yes. Thank you.
And I love doing it with you. And I want to say I love doing it with you. A lot of people say, how can you possibly work with your wife? I don't know. No, we just happen to get along
For us,
well.
it works. It is great
I love
fun.
working
We
with
have
you.
such a good job, don't we? Yeah, I love working with you, too. Thank you so much for your support over the 5 years. I hope we're around for many, many more. All of us.
Many more. We're going to be. We're on contract. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Nine delicious toppings. 9 for the price of 5. The Extravaganza. Domino's Pizza delivers the Extravaganza. 9 sensational toppings for the price of 5. Taste the Domino's Pizza Extravaganza now. One call does it all.
Get it right. 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 Nobody's body's like your body. Foot Locker. Got the shoes for your body. Get it right. Come see the latest and the greatest. Foot Locker. Number 1 for your body. In the gym or on the corner on the street. The Foot Locker pros got it right for your feet. Serious. Get it right for your body. Come to the stripes. Foot Locker. Come to the stripes.
I love orange. It's my favorite color of the rainbow. My first car was an orange Bug. My favorite sweater, fresh oranges. I was trying to peel this can of Minute Maid orange soda. It's new at Rainbow Foods with pure orange juice and vitamin C, so naturally I had to